Hello everyone, welcome to another video from Speed Engineering based in Germany, but actually we are right now at Kotte Performance. This is one of our best partners when it comes to tuning, as you can probably hear right now as the guys are testing some 1000 horsepower car behind us. And this is not our Supra, it is not our 2-liter Supra, this is the 3-liter shop car from Wagner Tuning. As Wagner is building this car in cooperation with Kotte Performance, they have developed an own turbo kit, a complete kit, and the goal is, right now it has I think around about 300 horsepower, and the goal is to have more than 1000 horsepower. And you can also see, I mean, it's clearly sure for everyone who is watching this, Wagner is quite famous, or the most famous manufacturer of intercooler systems, as you can see here. And what is our job in this case? Our job is to optimize the airflow, because this car has a bottleneck, as almost every quite new car, and especially the BMWs, and this is the air intake. The problem sits right here. This is the OEM intake of this B58 engine. It's also the same for the B48 engine. Means that when the car is completely assembled, we have just removed the bumper and the headlight, nothing more. So if everything is assembled, then the OEM intake is hidden behind the headlight and blocked completely by the front bumper. Means that there is no fresh air, no cold air, and no optimized volume for this air to get it to work for the engine. I mean, the Wagner intercooler is doing a great job, no doubt about this, but this is just a way to optimize it a little bit more. And why do the OEMs use this solution? It's quite simple, because they have to. It's due to CO2 regulations, and especially in Germany, because of the TÜV. And the second is the intake noise, which every one of us is loving, and they have to get rid of it. So the solution is quite simple at the end. I mean, the development was more complicated than you may think, as you just see the final solution here, but it looks like this. I will show you in this video how to assemble it, but first of all I would like to explain to you why it is so useful. The only intake for the fresh air and for the Supra is right here in the middle, and this is in relation to the whole car, or to the power the car is running, quite small. This means that, generally speaking, the air is coming towards the car with quite high velocity. Behind the water cooler, the velocity or the speed is nearly zero. This huge difference leads to the point that you have a big overpressure area right here. And this also means that you are pushing a mass of air in front of the car, which is making it not just slower, but it's also separated from the actual intake where it's needed to have cold air and a big mass of air. So what do? Is we have a duct which is redirecting the air and taking it from the overpressure area. So why don't we use some kind of a snorkel or a big mouth opening? As you can see in some solutions, or not even for the Supra, also for other cars, that you have a big mouth here redirecting the air. The fact is quite simple, or the explanation is quite simple. I just explained to you that the area or the opening is in relation quite small, and with the big mouth we are reducing the area even more. Means we are taking away the volume which is also necessary for the water cooler, and in this case the water cooler is also connected to the intercooler, or you have additional coolers right to the left and to the right, but it doesn't matter, you are taking away space. Also for the B48 it's even worse, because the B48 doesn't have those extra coolers on the left and the right side, it only has the cooler in the middle. So this is even more necessary to not reduce the area of flowing air. And therefore we are simply using the effect of the overpressure, as it is the same. If you're taking the overpressure effect from here, pushing against and and sucking in the air, or if you have a big mouth, which is reducing the airflow to the water cooler. So yeah, that's the main purpose of our kit, and we have calculated the volume, which doesn't reduce this volume at all, but if you are running a much higher power, as those guys are doing here, then we could create a next bottleneck within this. So therefore we have those extrusions here. So the air gets in, and if it's not enough, you still won't have a bottleneck, as you can suck in the air through those extrusions anyway. So now I would like to show you how to assemble it, and then we are already done with this little video. So after removing the front bumper, we are using our first device, our cutting template. So you place the cutting template in the middle, right here. So it doesn't have to be exactly or 100% precise. You just use these stops here, place it round about in the middle, and do the first sketches. And don't forget the line in the middle. Don't forget to mark it. That's everything you need. To cut out this little window here and have the exact opening for our cold air intake. Yeah, the next step is to place our set of cold air intake. The first one is this. As you can see, this area is exact the negative of the OEM intake. It fits perfectly right here, quite easy. And there is also enough space for the headlight if you assemble it. And the second one is this, where we have the opening now for, as you can see here. So, and simply snap it together. That's all. No screwing is required, and also in the next step there is no screw required. We see 3 holders here, 1, 2 and the one on this side, and we will just mark them to have the positions, drill with 10 millimeters and put some plastic clips in there, and it will be 100% safe and in position. Please be very careful with the second hole. Don't use too much force because the water cooler is right behind you. And the third and last one in this position. And we are almost done. In your kit you will also find 3 of those 10 millimeter plastic clips. You just put them inside and lock. Just inside and lock. Inside, lock. With a cold air intake system for the Supra 3 liter and 4-cylinder 2 liter. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask, and see you next time. And big thanks to Kotte Performance and Wagner Tuning to have this great example and to have the opportunity to develop this product together with you guys. Thank you. Bye.